I had posted something about people who see negative in everything yesterday, and I realized actually it didn't align with me. I think I was a bit too harsh on stating stay away from me. And it came from a place of joke, but still, I think that was a bit harsh. And although, people may not watch this at all, and it doesn't matter if people do or not, it's more about me being alignment within myself for me. So which is why I'm posting this. I believe in self-compassion and compassion for others, and I realized that didn't come from a place of compassion. Yeah, and if I were to change that in any way, I think I would probably say along the line of this. I understand why, we see things negatively, because that's how we are trained by our parents, the people around us, because we see things negatively that way. If we were raised in an environment where, our parents saw positive things and everything, we would probably have a different mindset now. So it's not on us that we see things negatively, but it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It is our responsibility now to change that. And I've been within the both spectrum of this. I was so naive in the past that my trauma was around seeing every good in everything. That was my trauma, and that led me to pretty toxic people. And being with them made me realize that, well, actually people are the opposite too, people who see negative in everything. And so maybe that's why I was attracted to this person and this person was attracted to me, because I was just the opposite. And being in this relationship for 7 years got me to the place of seeing negative in everything. And I find that so fascinating, and how it occurred so gradually. And it occurred to me that way because I allowed to take it. And I don't blame anybody for any of those by any means, but I have seen the impact of how being around negative people has on you. Like, I went from being positive, this lucky girl syndrome, which is also not good, because lucky girl syndrome is good, but it's not good to be so naive that you don't see the negative in anybody. You're not able to have discernment in life, and that is important. But it's also not good when you see only negative in life. But if I were to choose, I would probably choose the one that was naive, because of my bias in looking at things positively in life. I had a great life. I had wonderful friendships. I had help around me all the time as I grew older, as I made friends. My friends were my family. And so I'm glad that I wasn't the sibling that my mother was attached to. If not, I would probably be just negative. But being on the other spectrum of seeing positive in everything has helped me in life. And so I would definitely be that. But now I have come to a place with therapy, obviously, that there is no negative and positive. There is in between, in general, positive things, but also having a better discernment around people, things, being a bit more realistic, being open, but also accepting things as they are, and not having positive bias on that. That's what I've learned. And that's why I'm grateful for the relationship that I had for 7 years, because I got to see how people are complete opposite to me, because sometimes we have positive bias, right? I had positive bias. I was able to see that there are people who see just the opposite. There are also people who are not great, who live in the world as like intentionally harming people, people who also see negative in everything, and they are just creating so much misery within themselves. I don't have to do anything. They hurt themselves. Yeah, that's the reality of things. And so I've seen a lot of misery creating misery, but also joy creating joy. All is to say that if you have a negative mindset, if you see negative in everything, you are your own enemy. And it takes a lot of work to get to a place of not seeing the world that way, because the world isn't that way in reality. In general, the world is good. But then when you see the world as bad, it is just your own misery, your own mind. And it's not something that you can switch on or off right away. It takes a lot of practice, sometimes years. So I hope that you change, you grow, and you learn to see the positive in things, because there is so much joy in the world. There is so much happiness in the world, and you don't have to stay miserable. That's all that I have to say, and that's all I hope for other people who see things negatively. And I do too. I know that, and I also can see impact of that as well. Now I have to continuously train my brain to not look at things that way. But you got this. We got this. Okay, I understand how challenging it is, but you can do this. You have the rest of your life to change this. And you can see how beautiful life is